this is what we thought was going to happen. Power lines everywhere, roofs, shingles torn up. That's a church right there. We're going to listen in. I think they're going to be talking to us live.
The church, as you can kind of see in the middle of the church and the SunTrust building there, back in the distance, you can see what's left of a flag there that's just kind of dangling. And then, Will, if we can kind of, this is a fast-moving ball game here, so we're just kind of pointing you and showing you what you see. You can see there's another gentleman over there taking some pictures and video of what he's seeing. Still have some wind gusts that we want to watch and be careful of as we're walking around trying to show you this stuff. So we're walking down further along here. This is 6th Street in Panama City. Obviously the front of one of the entrances here to the church. You can hear off in the distance that there are still pieces of metal that are very much still part of this windstorm. You can see that some of this stuff is still strewn about. Look at the trees over here to the left of us. I mean, this just damaged no matter where you look. Trees snapped at their base, lying flat on the ground. Just incredible to see how strong this wind was. Again, 2 more HVAC units, much larger than the ones we saw over by the bank building and the United Way building earlier today. So obviously, this is just incredible to see all this damage. We're continuing to walk down 6th Street in the downtown Panama City area. Some of the other members of our station are just now getting out to take a look at some of this for themselves as well. If you can kind of pan over, you can see this is some of our these are some of our crew members that were with us when we lost power at the station. We're trying to get the information out to the people here in Panama City. All of them out and about now looking for themselves. Here's one woman here. We want to make sure she's safe and not near any power lines or anything that could be hazardous. Ma'am, I'm sorry to talk with you at a difficult time. Do you live out here?
Yeah, that's my home right there.
Do you mind talking with us?
No, that's fine.
I'm so sorry about everything that you've had to go through today.
Yeah, it's really devastating.
How are you?
I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. I've lived through a lot of hurricanes in my life, and I just never thought it could be this devastating. I've never seen it this devastating.
Are you and your family members okay?
Yeah, we're all physically okay. Just our property is completely destroyed.
Yeah. And you're not alone. We talked to a lot of people out here that said that they had been through other hurricanes. They, didn't think that this was going to be that bad. Yeah. When did you make that decision that you just were going to ride this thing out?
Well, we own a business, so we were staying open to sell hurricane supplies to everyone, and so then it was just too late. The roads were flooded. Everyone was trying to get out of here. I think everybody kind of made a last-minute decision to leave, but unfortunately, we decided to stay. And before we realized, and then when it started hitting, it was obviously then too late. So
I know you live here. We were just down the road at WMBB. We lost some of our roof. We lost power. It was frightening for some of us in the station. What was it like for you? What did you see? What did you hear? Where were you? We boarded up some of the windows, but we ran out of boards, and it was too late to get any cuts. So some of the windows went out, and the flooding started. And as you can see, all the shingles are pretty much gone, and the tree uprooted. And fortunately, I think our vehicles are okay, so that's one good thing. But I was mostly worried about all my neighbors' trees here. As you can see, when I saw them starting to bend, I thought it was going to be towards us, so then I just thought the house was going to collapse, but they fortunately bent that way, and we knew he wasn't there, so we know everyone's okay. Do you know if your other family members okay? Have you been able to speak with them?
No, I have no cell service, and I have, obviously no internet. The power's down. My family lives in Niceville, so I don't know how bad Niceville was impacted, and I haven't been able to talk to any of them.
Do you need anything? Is there anything that y'all are trying to do right now? We have very limited communication, but anything we can try to do to reach out to anybody?
Well, as of right now, since I can't drive, obviously, the streets, we're going to walk to our business, and hopefully our business is still standing. We don't know yet. So that's basically what we're trying to assess right now.
For those who don't live here and didn't go through this today, as best you can, describe what Hurricane Michael was like for you and your family.
I mean, I've been through some scary things in my life, but this was pretty much up there, definitely in the top 10. It just, the sound, that's really what is so scary. Everybody told me, oh, it'll sound like a train, but it wasn't really that. It was just the sound of glass breaking and everything hitting the windows, and our roof is partially collapsed back there. You can't see it from the street here. And my dog, I have a dog, and he was freaking out. So, yeah, but we have our lives, and that's all that matters. And, you know, unfortunately, living in the Sunshine State, it's not always sunny. So I'm just going to try to keep a positive attitude and start to clean up and try to get back to normal life. But as you can see, my town, it's gone. It's flattened. It's going to be a lot of work, so, to get this place back up and running.
I am so sorry. I can't imagine what you guys have had to go through. We'll be definitely keeping you guys in our thoughts and prayers. Is there anything else that you want to say about this? That we've got an audience all over, beyond just Florida.
I hope that my family over in Niceville is okay, and hopefully we can get cell service restored soon so that I can be able to talk to some of them.
Take a look at these trees here, just kind of resting on this building. Just more evidence of how strong this storm was. Damage to the inside of this, I'm not sure. It looks like it's with some type of police substation. In fact, we can see several police bikes here in the front of this window. And then it looks like to be some, maybe a Segway of some type of police equipment back there. Plenty of damage there to this front of this building. Like I said, it looks like some type of police storage area, a substation of some sort. And then, I mean, as if you can imagine, the glass to all these windows just shattered. You can see the glass is just kind of gathered here on the front of this property. Not any signs out here, so not too sure what this building is. There you go, Panama City Police Department. So it is some type of police building. Again, we saw some police equipment in there, so one can imagine that is what it's for. Oh, wow. And here's the dollar store. We saw this from across the street, and we wanted to kind of get a look at it, and goodness gracious. Top of that roof looks to be gone as well. We're going to cross the street here safely. Give us a second to make sure we get through this debris. What happened?
A hurricane destroyed it. The roof come off, the porch gone, the whole house collided. It lost everything, clothes, furniture, everything.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, everybody okay.
Talk to me about where your head's at right now with all this.
My head's all right. I'm living. I'm like the phoenix. I'm right from the flame.
There you go.
From the flame, right from the flame.
Did you ever expect it was going to be like this?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
If you could do it over again, would you leave?
Oh, yeah, but we was at work. That's why I have a chance to leave, pack up everything and leave.
Talk to me about that, because I think a lot of people, when these storms go through, they rush, and they say, well, why didn't anybody leave? But we talked to several people today that whether there was a business decision or they couldn't afford to pack up and leave, it's difficult.
Yeah, I could afford to live, but I was just at work and didn't have time to prepare for it.
So on the inside here, you can kind of get a look at what's hanging from the ceiling. We can imagine that there will be several curfews put in place as the city officials get around town and survey this damage. Again, communication's been very difficult to come by right now, and they've got a lot of other bigger priorities, I'm sure, than worried about curfews at this moment, but that's something that they're going to have to be looking into later. Obviously, they got to protect the properties and the businesses that do have things here, but this is just so sad to see. Definitely, I mean, here's the front of it. Look at the top. It says hotel, and you've got several of the letters on the top of the roof facing the sky. We're going to continue down Magnolia here, and this is what's kind of been incredible. We talked a minute ago about not seeing a lot of properties that were untouched. This is one, at least from this side, that doesn't look like there's a whole lot of damage. We see the metal protection that's kind of been put up there, so it's just crazy to see what is impacted and what is spared. Here's kind of that window we were talking about. Not sure how that happened. Here is the looks like an AT&T center. We see several AT&T trucks. So again, hopefully that's good news for some of the people that have not been able to get cell phone service, not been able to reach their families. Hopefully these crews are working on getting that restored so that people can make contact with their loved ones.